on a 600 or a 1000. There's so much debate if you should start on a 600, whether or not you should start on a 250, 300, 500. I see that a lot, like CBR 500s. I don't see why you can't start on a 600cc motorcycle. Everybody says start on a slower bike so you can build up your skills. Yeah, it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. You take it slow. You take it as slow as possible and you build up your skills over time. You don't have to jump on a tiny bike, build up your skills for a month, and then go buy a new bike. That's stupid to me. I knew, like, I'm a very fast hands-on learner. This is my second. I've never dropped them. I've never laid them down. I've never done any of that. And that's because I took it slow. I'm pretty experienced now. I've been riding for a few years. I'm definitely not an expert. I just know how to ride. To stay as safe as possible when riding. It's not difficult to figure out what you're doing on the road. You have to be as defensive as possible, like constantly on your guard when you're riding, because trucks, cars, nobody, just imagine they can't see you. So right now I'm going to assume this truck can't see me. He can cut me off right now. That's how defensive you have to be. This little truck right here might not be able to see me, so he might, you know, cut into this lane because there's nobody else behind me. If I'm in his blind spot, he can cut me off. That happens in cars. Those cars are like 3 times the size as you are. You always have to give yourself distance between the bike and the car in front of you. Like, you have to take it slow so you give yourself time to react. If you're driving, like if you're riding and you don't know the street, it's the easiest thing to rear end somebody going like 80 miles an hour because you don't know there's a light up here. So you just run into them, boom. And that's it. You have to give yourself reaction time. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself room. It's not hard to start on a 600. I think you can definitely do it. I did it. I've never dropped a bike. I've never laid it down. I've never done any of that while riding. So when you're on a bike, you got to make sure you're doing what you can to be defensive and be as smart as you can. And it's nice out, but now it's starting to get hot. I'm riding over to Cycle Gear so I can get an air filter for the bike, K&N air filter. I might make another video on how to install that next. But I want to talk a little bit about whether or not you can start on a 600 or you should start on a 300. If you're not comfortable on a Supersport, because they definitely are intimidating, start on a bike that's definitely slower and build up your skills. But if you feel like you're a fast learner and you feel like within the next month after buying it, you're gonna, you know, switch over to a 300 or a 600, I mean, then definitely start on a 600. It's definitely not, you know, don't buy anything new. That would be dumb if you bought a new bike and then all of a sudden you destroyed it. Buy something used that you can learn on, and then when you're comfortable, buy a newer bike. Woo! Oh, it feels 10 times better. Oh! That's another thing. Pay attention to the road in front of you. Stop looking down at your phone. I know I have a ramp mount here so I can check my phone and stuff, but I'm not sitting here looking at it, texting away. Like, that's so dumb. Like, right now I have it in my pocket. Well, that's partially because it's broke, but still, I don't sit here looking at my phone. I leave it there for calls or whatever. If I want to change the song and my earpiece isn't working or whatever. I'm so glad I changed the coolant on this bike. I didn't think you'd be able to tell, like, if it was keeping the engine cool or whatever. I thought it would be like just as hot. Like, this is 10 times cooler than it was before. Like, the bike is 195 right now, and it's like, I don't know, 70, 80 degrees out. It would be sitting at like 200, 210. Like, I hated it. I was like, this bike's gonna blow up. That's how freaking hot it is. So I'm glad I changed out the coolant. They flushed it out for me. Now the bike's sitting a lot cooler, makes me more comfortable, feel safer while I'm riding. I personally think that if you're very hands-on, if you're a very hands-on learner and you feel comfortable, go ahead and do it. But if you don't feel comfortable, don't go ahead and buy a Supersport, you know, a brand new Supersport that you're making payments on, and then go destroy it. Because if you're not comfortable, you're gonna freak out. Because again, they are very intimidating. There's a lot to learn, but it just takes a certain type of person, I guess. I don't know. And bikes freak me out, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, I couldn't just jump on a bike and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so excited. No, I was intimidated, I was scared, I was nervous to ride. Oh, so you gotta watch out for that. Dang, oh, that's sick. That's sick right there. Holy crap, that's insane. So that's a 1400, and that's a Ducati. Oh, that's sick. Ducati V4 Street Fighter. That's insane. That thing looks crazy in person, bro. You see all these bikes on the internet and YouTube, and you see pictures of them or whatever, but that thing is crazy looking. What's going on? I was so excited about that V4 in person, seeing it in person, that I completely didn't even like notice this. And there's Indian Scout sitting right next to me. That thing's clean too. I don't know, I wouldn't buy one, at least right now. I stick to sport bikes. You don't always have to switch over to go from a Supersport to a Harley. You could stay riding sport bikes forever. That dude was like, I don't know, those guys are pretty old. Those weren't teenagers, you know what I mean? This is, I don't even know what that is. gsxr600. Oh, I'm be sitting here a long time. Thinking about starting on a Ducati V4. Don't even try it, bro. That would be the stupidest thing you could do. Those bikes are no joke. A 1000. Let's stick to 600s for now. My dad started on a 1300, so that's a whole different, you know, story, a whole different video. But I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about starting on a 600. I'm talking about starting on a 600. If you want to start on a 600, I think it's okay. If you want to jump to a 1000 or Hayabusa, that's a little, you know, those are drag bikes. Those are, I mean, they're all made for racing, but those are made for racing, you know what I mean? Like that's pushing it. Because again, people say in my comments, there's definitely no room for error when it comes to riding a Supersport, and that's true, but then you just don't make an error. I've had a few, I wouldn't call them close calls. I'd say like, I don't know, I'd say a little, I don't even know what to call it. It's just like little things that happen, like you'll flip the throttle quick like that, or your tire will slip out because you're riding on wet roads or whatever, you're hitting the throttle a little too hard. That stuff is like common sense. Use common sense when it comes to riding. That's the biggest thing. Don't, you know, if you see tar on the ground, that's the one, that little things you'll learn the hard way. In the summertime, when they put tar on the floor, that stuff melts. So if you see a bunch of that stuff and you're ripping through it, you're gonna slip. You're gonna feel your tire slip out. Just stuff like that. That's a nice 400. That's sick. Kawasaki 400 in red. A Kawasaki 400, that's a nice bike to start on. That bike that just passed by, that's a Kawasaki, either 400 or 650. I can't even tell anymore. They make them look the same. But that's a perfect bike to start on. Or a 650. If you guys are looking at 650s, those are perfect bikes to start on because they're not you're looking at 650s. Those are perfect bikes to start on. They're not super fast. I mean, I guess they're pretty quick. They're definitely pretty quick. But they're not super sports, which is what people are scared of. They're not these crazy fast, you know, race machines. They're more sport touring type. People get them mistaken because they look so sporty-ish. So that's a good bike to start on. They're usually cheaper than these. So if you're looking for something like that, it's definitely going to be cheaper. Insurance is lower, so if you're looking that route, go ahead. They do have nice bikes out there for you. Dude's like tailgating me into a turn. Who does that? I can't keep up now. Won't tailgate me. That girl's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. You're fine, chill out. It sounds louder than it's moving. Thank you. Much respect, much respect. This guy's chilling, got his feet kicked up, no helmet. Bro, I don't get that. Why are you riding with no helmet on? Please put your helmets on when you ride. Don't be this guy right here. He's cruising, but man, that's so dangerous. I don't understand. Even if you slip going like 10 miles an hour and you hit your head the wrong way, that's it. Like, don't expect to be riding. That bank's gonna take that bike right back. You gotta be that's another thing when it comes to common sense. Put your helmet on, bro. Like, don't kill yourself. Just be as safe as possible. Like, I don't have to be wearing all this gear right now. Like, I have a Sedici jacket on, armored pants, full gauntlet leather gloves, like a full face helmet. You don't have to be riding, you know, in all full leathers, killing yourself in the heat. Well, there's a freaking beep. But wear something. Like, make sure that if you were to hit the ground, that you're not gonna regret it because of like road rash or whatever. And put a helmet on. Even if you don't have gear on, like riding gear, at least put a helmet on. You'll have terrible road rash, but you'll have a helmet on. You know what I mean? Don't be that picture. You guys make these bikes seem so, like, I don't understand that stereotype behind Suzuki's. It's like really bad. I was actually debating on if I wanted one because of how you guys make it look. Maybe you should start on a 1000. don't start on 1000. I'm not gonna make a video on that. You see that smooth stop, bro? Perfect. I had one leg down. If I was in the MSF course right now, they'd be applauding me. But yeah, if you like the video, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe.